My name's Chris Pyne. I'm over at the Pacific Youth and Sports Conference, representing the Football Federation of Australia and Paralympic football. When I was 6, on Christmas Eve of 1991, I fell off a cliff bushwalking with my brother, and I spent the next 4 weeks, so leading to Christmas, New Year, and the next 4 weeks in a coma. When I woke up, I couldn't walk, talk, or express my emotions, and it all changed. I stopped playing football for 4 years after that. I spent that year rehabilitating, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, every sort of therapist that is known to man. But and I worked on it, and the constant thing that my mother and father kept saying was, well, you won't play football next year, son, if you don't do this, and you won't play football. So I had to do stretches and things like that. Oh, well, you won't play football next year. Oh, God, okay, all right, got to get in there, got to knuckle down, because I want to play football, because I want to play football, because I'm a footballer. And then I did AW Athletes with Disability Athletics, as I've mentioned earlier, and that was great. And I was reasonably good at it, but it just wasn't going to cut the cheese. I never went to another athletics meet again because I'm a footballer. It all started for me back in, all the way back in when I was 13, when my parents got a call on the phone saying, would you like to be would your son like to, we're starting up a cerebral palsy team with hopes to compete in the Sydney 2000 Games. And that was it. I was only 15 when I played my first international. That was in Sydney, and that was the Southern Cross Games when it all started. And then I went to the Ukraine later on that year and competed over there against some of the best players that I've seen. I scored my first goal in the Sydney 2000 Games. It was against the Netherlands. 15,000 strong crowd, and it was a hometown crowd, so it was a Sydney crowd, and my captain kicked it from midfield, just creamed it at the keeper. Anyway, the keeper fumbled it, and just fumbled it straight into a path. Nothing wrong with it, absolutely bottom cornered it, and just lost my little mind. I had a pretty tough go through high school. I had splints on. If you don't know what a splint is, it's a plastic sort of cast thing. I had full casts, and I was sort of the kid. I was pretty much the only kid with a disability at my school, and I was the kid with the disability. My self-confidence and self-image was took a bit of a beating from 7 through 10 to 10th grade. But as soon as I found Paralympic football, there was no need for that anymore. Being at this conference, the Pacific Youth and Sports Conference in beautiful Noumea in New Caledonia, there's been a lot of cultural events, and there's been a lot of building of awareness here that I never ever thought that I would experience. And I came over for this conference trying to promote Paralympic football because I love Paralympic football, and Paralympic football has done so much for me. But what I've got out of this conference is so much more. This has given me, it really has given me a new direction on life. It's given me a sense of it's given me this burning. It's lit like a little candle inside me. It's just I want to expand Paralympic football into the region, but I want to do so much more than that, because as I've just explained, Paralympic football means so much more than just lacing up the boots and getting on the field. It's everything about. It's the family, it's the community that it creates for you. And I think, and if I can give that to people in the Pacific, then I don't know. I've achieved my new goals because I'm a footballer.